Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And we are back here on Cats and Cosby. Some big developments in the case of Nancy Guthrie. I can't believe she's been missing since February 1st. Reports about video with about a dozen cars going by. And also Savannah Guthrie putting up a big reward. Who better than the great Nancy Grace, who takes us there to the heart of this entire case. Nancy, what is the latest? We love having you on.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Rita. It's so great to hear your voice. We've been through a lot together, and I got to tell you, this case is unlike anything I've ever seen. With all of the technology we have today, with all of the FBI agents, all of the local sheriffs, the law enforcement, they're on the ground, we still don't have Nancy Guthrie. Well, last night, video emerged from Nancy's neighborhood. It's about a little over 2 miles away on a street that empties into Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood, 12 vehicles flying by. Now, what's interesting is it was between the hours of 12 and 6 a.m., the critical hours. This really stood out to me, Rita, and that is that one of the vehicles, one that was flying like a bat out of hell, I might add, I mean, wings are flapping, singed all the way, was exactly 8 minutes after Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker disconnected from Bluetooth. So that's quite the coincidence, right?
Wow.
Now, many sleuths believe they have identified it to be a Kia Soul. And, you know, Rita, in big metropolitan areas like, you know, where you are, New York, Chicago, L.A., Atlanta, the police have, for instance, the homicide division, the robbery division, the sex crimes, the crimes on children, the white collar, and the theft, car theft division. They can spot a make and model, 100 feet away, because every year auto manufacturers subtly, or not so subtly, change the design for those people that want a brand new car, a brand new look every year. I don't know who they are, but they're out there. They change it every year. And it's a subtle but important distinction. And these people, men and women that are dedicated to theft by taking, theft by receiving, breaking huge car theft rings to the tune of millions of dollars, they know these like the back of their hands, right? So I believe these cars can be identified. We've heard conflicting reports, some that they are not connected to Nancy Guthrie. I don't know how they could know that right now, this early in the game, that they are connected. But I find that significant, Rita, not only because of that content, but because it tells me there are many other surveillance cams to be mined, right? The radius they first gave, Rita, was 2 miles, everybody within a 2-mile radius. This was 2.5 miles. But that street goes to the street on her where her house is.
Yeah, that's odd.
Nancy,
that's odd, John.
Did the sheriff screw up? Your opinion.
Oh, my goodness. You know how I hate to badmouth or criticize law enforcement because I've been there. And mistakes are made. Unwitting mistakes are made. You're giving it your all. You're trying your best. You're giving blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
And
Nancy,
something goes wrong.
we've checked into the reputation of the sheriff, and it's not stellar.
No, that's a euphemism right there. That's putting perfume on the pig. But in this case, I will call him out. There's been resistance to bringing in the feds, and frankly, a local law enforcement does not have the reach and the technology that the feds have at their fingertips. They should have been brought in at the get-go when time was critical instead of stalling up to a week or more before letting them help. It was critical timing, and he blew it. And then he blabs constantly. He says, I think this is the accomplice. Well, there you go. Now the accomplice knows we're on to him. I mean, he's just giving out so much critical information. It's abysmal.
It is. Well, the bottom line is I cannot believe we are here. It was February 1st. And of course, I'm thinking of Savannah. You and I know her, Nancy. It's heartbreaking.
30 seconds.
Wow. Nancy, you got to come back next week. Will you come back next week? We love you.
Yes, I will. I absolutely will, Rita. Anything for you guys.
How about me?
Yeah, what about John and Judge who are also here?
You too. You're Rita's caboose. I'll take you.
Okay.
We love you, Nancy. Have a great
Bye,
weekend,
guys.
honey.
Love
Thank you.
Rita.
Thank
Love you, honey.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially healthcare. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.